What's up, guys? It's Lord Botha back from vacation, finally making videos again, and so much has happened this past week while I've been gone in the world of entertainment and pop culture. I figure I'd just make a rapid-fire video over several topics. Let's dive right into it. First up, we have Black Myth Wukong, where you play as a monkey with a magic staff. Yes, apparently, Sweet Baby Inc. didn't think that was diverse enough. Because of this, and because of off-color statements that have been made by the executive that works for the developers of Wukong, Sweet Baby Inc. decided to step in and say, you know, your game doesn't seem very diverse, and it kind of has this bad reputation about it and all that, and it's really not striking a good chord on social media with the right people. And for a small price, we can consult on your game, and we can kind of make that go away. $7 million was apparently the asking extortion price of Sweet Baby Inc. to Wukong, and I guess that's going to be one game that isn't going to be that diversified. Up next, we have the Elden Ring DLC, which is slated to drop today, June 21st. Elden Ring Shadows of the Erdtree is set to be a very in-depth expansion to the Elden Ring game. Elden Ring, of course, when it came out about 2 years ago, had great critical success and great popularity amongst players. However, I've never been a big Souls-like gamer myself, and I've never actually played the Elden Ring series, but the DLC is expected to be very popular amongst fans who enjoy the game as it comes out. Essentially, if you've seen a lot of your favorite streamers playing Elden Ring, trying to gear up for this DLC, I'd expect more of it. They're going to be playing a lot of Elden Ring DLC in the next coming weeks. Up next, we have the leaked information and screenshots from the upcoming Wolverine video game. This is a game that Sweet Baby Inc. has been heavily involved in the development in. It's clear we can see here the uglification of all the characters that are expected to be in this game. With particular hatred, it seems, pointed towards Jean Grey.
Look how they massacred my boy.
This continues the pattern of making characters within AAA gaming more and more ugly and more unbearable in terms of their storylines and their progressions. It's yet unclear whether the playability and the features of the game will make it as popular and carry the game on through as Spider-Man 2 did. As tolerance for the uglification of characters in these games continues to decline, we may also see a decline in sales despite the fact that the game has good playability and good gameplay features. Also, it's important to know that Sweet Baby Inc.'s involvement with the Wolverine game has existed for some time, and that the leaks have also existed for some time. Many content creators before Grumps popularized it with his posts have been talking about Sweet Baby's involvement with the game and their uglification of the characters. Speaking of superhero shows, The Boys showrunner Eric Kripke is in the news again. Kripke never wanted to shy away from his arguments or his ideas online. Kripke in the past few weeks, of course, taking up the classic woke artist line, if you don't like it, don't watch it. He also recently came out about fan backlash towards not making Black Noir a Homelander clone who's actually responsible for all the evil doings of Homelander. He spoke about how he thought it cheapened the villain of Homelander and didn't want to do it in their storyline. Despite the fact that it was a big twist and a fan favorite twist, he continued to hold true to this thought. It's another example of the showrunner artists of television thinking that they know better than the source material. All this being said, viewership of The Boys is actually up 21% this season. That's despite the fact that audience scores on Rotten Tomatoes have fallen to 50% rotten. Is The Boys another victim of the classically claimed review bombing? Or is it instead generally disliked by half the audience that is viewing it? If so, I would then claim that this is another case of people lol watching and hate watching the show to see exactly how bad and how political the scripts have actually become. Next, we have an update on Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney. In this article from The Hollywood Reporter, it states that a federal judge has signaled that Gina Carano's lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm over her termination from The Mandalorian will be allowed to proceed as the court considers whether the First Amendment allows private companies to sever ties with employees who publicly clash with their values. Essentially, this is going to allow Gina to continue her lawsuit as was expected. Some people have suggested that there might be settlements that come along. I personally don't see that there will be settlements. I think this is actually going to go to discovery because actually getting what she wants out of the lawsuit isn't actually what is desired. I think what Carano and what Elon Musk, who is backing this lawsuit financially, really want is for it to go to discovery. They want the leak emails, they want the leak internal communications from Disney to be put into light where the public can see them through court. Perhaps the most entertaining line from this article comes from the Disney lawyer. Disney lawyer Daniel Petrelli argued that the lawsuit should be dismissed because the company has the right not to associate with a high-profile performer on the high-profile show who is imbuing Star Wars series with views it disagrees with that could turn fans away from the show. Views that they disagree with. Views that could turn fans from the show. You don't need personal views from Gina Carano to turn fans away from the show. You just need this.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
That alone is going to kill Star Wars way easier than anything Gina Carano ever says or posts on Twitter or anything like that. Finally, the Thunderbolts has finished filming. That's right. The Thunderbolts. Marvel's Thunderbolts. Yeah, nobody cares. Honestly, I think the Thunderbolts actually has the best chance of all the Disney Plus series of actually being successful. Anti-hero squad movies have always done successful in the past. Ragtag groups that have turned into families, things like that. Most recently, the Suicide Squad, as you can remember, is a direct comparison to the Thunderbolts and did very well. I think there's a certain popularity and charm around certain characters within the Thunderbolts. The Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, and U.S. Agent, to name a few. However, if they make this show all about Florence Pugh's new Black Widow, it won't be successful at all. Her character just simply doesn't have the charisma and likability to pull off the lead character factor. Despite this, it's been well documented that she will be the lead character leading the actual team of the Thunderbolts in this series. Oh, also there was this that went viral online.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing, you get me?
I have no idea what in the Mississippi I just watched, but I do know that if you do that to a man, you might be opening the doors to more than you're bargaining for. So stay safe out there. But anyway, that was just kind of a rapid fire on several topics and several things that have come up this week. What are your thoughts on any of those things? Go ahead and put them in the comments. If you like this video, I recommend that you like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you listening this long, and we'll talk to you again later.